Alright, so I won't do it into the mic so that the audience doesn't hear everything, but is everyone that wants to join us? Everybody? Yep. Alright, so last week we talked about introducing your songs and just getting a wee bit of your personality out to the audience. Some of you were here last week to improve on that. Sometimes you're not. Somebody said to me afterwards, oh, I didn't talk because talk as much to get your voice out. And we talked about movement on stage. And one step leads you to get own a singing circle. You can notice that. The one thing that confuses a lot of performers is they're used to seeing other performers and their cameras are doing all the movement. So an artist like Billie Eilish is a really good example. She's not, because it's sort of movie music, like she's not meant to move around all the time and be playing like her own on the stage. But she's intentional about how much she moves and why she moves. Okay, so just keep the type of performer you are in mind and material. So this week, another one thing that was really obvious with a bunch of people, not everybody. So if it's not you, don't take it to heart. You can ask to look back at video footage too, and they'll have evidence of whether it was you or not. But a microphone. Can you hear me talking now as well? And you're right in front of me. So making sure the microphone's in a really good position that you can hear me clearly. It's so if you notice, have a look at performers that are playing with guitars. Their microphone is set on this angle at all times because that's the sweet spot of this type of microphone. So we don't want to cover our faces. Well, some of us should. So sometimes I cover my face, and that's all right. But we don't want to cover our face, but we also want to get that microphone straight up and down. The other thing is holding it here, like, you see how we looks like I haven't really got a good grip on it. So a lot of people hold them like this, so they've got a firm, tight grip, so when they move their hand, the microphone is going with them, not going like that, right? The sort of hip hop thing where they're covering the shield like this and like this, it's going to taint your sound. And the number one trick I want people to realise, we're set up in a way that you're not going to get feedback. But the shield around here, this shield's from feedback. So if you've got speakers coming at your folder, that's why that's there, so it's a shield sound. So if you cover that, sound is getting back to the speaker and starting a loop. Right? So just learning some technical things about microphones and testing them out. The number one thing I teach is talking to a microphone and saying, this is the sound of my voice. Now does that sound like the lead you're hearing? It sounds different now. Because it's the EQ. Because probably set closest to. Some people sound better to a microphone. I sound better to a microphone than a piece of. If I was to sit here busking, you wouldn't enjoy it quite as much as you would at 5-6%. So the sound is going to be different depending on the venue, speaker system, fallback system, and you. So the other thing you want to do is say this is the sound of my voice with your ears closed. Because, can we all do that? So this is the sound of my voice, and always in your ears. Tell me what you hear. I'll tell you later. So did that sound the same as you hear all the time? No? Do you think that sound is ever in your ears? It is. So that's the sound vibrating in your brain and all the bits of sugar that might be in there. Like there's sounds in there that we don't we're so used to that we don't take it into account. So by adjusting it neurologically, you're telling your brain, oh, so that's real, but we don't go through it. What we hear all the time coming up here, the more loyalty, that's fun. Again, I'll reiterate about talking to your audience. The number one thing, even if, because sometimes it's better not to. Like sometimes a guitar player can tell a story with a guitar to introduce himself. But not talking at all can be a problem. So always, this is one I noticed from a lot of people was, we said thank you, well the audience was still playing. Like wait till it dies down, get as much of that as you can. It's the real fuel and the real pain because in this industry we're not paying people. So take that and like let them applaud you, and if they keep going for a while and it feels weird, let them go. Let them go. It's worth seeing what they actually thought because an audience will tell you. And it's not always, silence doesn't always mean they didn't like it. They could be chatting in the environment. But we had a good supportive audience. Cool. So if anyone wants individual notes at any time, don't be afraid to get in touch with me. I'll give you some thoughts as to what I saw, or if I've seen you perform before, I'll give you more details. People coming in, results will be out Tuesday or Wednesday after the judges have seen the whole lot of looks. And if we have a 2-song performer, we've got no promises, if we weren't here last week, just send you another video clip. I've actually got clips for one you might submit, so I'll submit.
I won't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll submit a second one so that it's nice and thick.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for coming and participating. You're all really awesome. Thank you. No, you can't. Alright, please team. Thank you. Very good. So if you're asking for notes, yes, you stick it up massively this week from last week. Like I'm always a fan anyway. You know this, but you did skip up. Yeah, you took notes. You paid attention to notes. Yeah. Yes. Oh, what was the other thing I was going to say? Squire children. No, I've got issues and and yours. Hey, that also will look like a favourite.
I was so good at saying my song, and then there was
Yeah, good day, bro.